Welcome to Around Town, featuring what's going on here in the greater Concord area. I'm your host, Patten. It's a pleasure to welcome you back as we are now heading into the month of October. And of course, yes, the apples are on the trees and ready to be picked. And everybody's thinking fall and all that glorious time, the leaves changing. But right now, my guest is Becky Baker, and we're thinking about Christmas. Yes, in fact, it's all that time of the year coming up where it's time for the Operation Santa Claus. And they have been our guests for several years on here, and it's never too early to think about Christmas. I mean, let's face it, Hallmark has been yapping about it on TV since July, when they had their 10 days of non-stop Christmas shows for their Hallmark ornaments of the year to introduce them. Then, in mid-August, they started with a little circle of Santa Claus coming on, and they're going to be starting October 27th with non-stop Christmas programming till January 2nd.
Oh, wow.
So, and of course, yes, here I come along sending out letters for the parade and tree lighting and all that stuff. But you have Operation Santa Claus, and this has been going, 52 years now? 51
yeah, I
years?
think it's 53 years.
Yeah, it's been up there for a while, and,
yep.
And I was so sorry to hear that, I can't remember, I'm drawing a blank. She was a die-hard Democrat. I can see her face, and she died suddenly this last year.
Oh, Robin?
Yes, that's it, Robin.
Yeah, we were sad. Yeah, we were sad to hear it ourselves.
I couldn't believe that.
I know, it was a surprise to us too, because we didn't even know she was sick.
Well, I never would have guessed it. What did they say? What was it? Maybe was it cardiac, maybe, or something?
Yeah, we're not sure.
My gosh, I just could not believe it, because I first met Robin years ago when I was at the polls standing outside one day, and I didn't know anybody out there, and she was there for the Democrats, and very jolly, everybody was having a good time, and then I met her a few years later when she was involved with Operation Santa Claus, and because then when I got involved in stuff, she was right there as my supporter.
Yeah, she'll be sorely missed, because she was a big volunteer. She helped out a lot with Operation Santa Claus.
I know it. And
yep.
You had a misfortune last year with the theft of all those things, and with mine, with the bulbs and the tree and all that. It must have been last year was a year for thefts, I guess. But it's hopefully this year that gone. But anyway.
Yep, we've got a new plan, and we're hoping to keep everything safe this year.
Good. Now, I assume that you have been collecting papers already from people wanting to put their names on the list for their children.
Yep, we have. We've got quite a few sponsors that have already signed up for kids. We have been collecting kids from the DOs from DHHS. We've been collecting them since August, and they've been really coming in through September and October. Well, no, actually not October, because October isn't here yet, but mostly September, mostly August and September. We've been printing them off. We've got close to almost 3,000 kids already.
Oh, God.
And we've got DOs asking for more spots to add more kids. So now we're just asking the public to to send in their sponsor forms so that we can get the kids out to people so they can be sponsored.
Isn't that awful?
And we've been sort of holding out on giving out more spots because we're not sure how many sponsors we're going to have.
Goodness. It's sad that, Christmas has become such a commercial holiday as it is, but that there are so many children out there who don't have, or I should say families, that don't have the funds to buy gifts for children. And, and then, I can remember Linda. She did it for many years. I can't think of her last name. I'm drawing a blank.
Farrell.
Yes, Farrell. And I see her every week, usually at Vino's, but we used to talk about, my gosh, years ago, the toys. They were simple things. Now, they're out there. I noticed recently, Walmart has got their shelves expanded now for toys. The Christmas decorations are up, and the Christmas trees are up in the garden center, all decorated and lit.
Yep.
Lowe's has their one big wall of them blow-up decorations along with the Halloween ones. They're all up and lit. You know, what in the world? It's just like, you know, it's someone so like this Home and Family show that comes on in the morning after the Golden Girls. They've been advertising Christmas since June, I guess. It's like, Christmas is year round, you know? Oh my gosh, please.
Yeah, it's a lot more commercialized, a lot more electronics, a lot more.
Oh.
Kids have their nose more in the more and more into their phones and gaming and all that stuff now, rather than, you know, when we used to be outside, skipping rope, playing hopscotch, hide and go seek, all those fun games that we used to play as kids. Yeah,
my sister and I lived on the end. We lived at the end of East Sugar Ball Road when we were growing up. It was a dead end road, still is dead end. But of course our house was at the very end, and as you're driving on 393 coming westbound, you're going right through it. If they had kept it there. But anyway, we had no kids to play with, basically. We could only go as far as my grandmother could see us, and that was it. But we made our own fun, you know? I mean, always to make, you know, my sister would be doing her thing, I'd be doing mine, make believe, you know, cowboys and Indians and things like that, or, you know, it was just once in a while we would have my cousin come over and play or something, but you know, we just didn't do that stuff. There was nothing that, you know, really. And yet, this last weekend, I had my nephews, grandnephews, down from up north, Woodsville, and the wife took them to Toys R Us, and of course they come home with Legos, and they're sitting there, and I thought, my gosh, I said, what? And I would know how to do that stuff. You know, then one of them got a little mad because we couldn't. I don't know what you're building. Number one, but they finally figured it out. But my gosh, at 7 years old, I was thinking back. At 7 years old, we were happy with a coloring book and crayons, or 5 years old, to go to the store. You know, or if we got toys, you know, a truck. I'd get a car or something at Woolworths. Or Newberry's. I mean, that's where we shopped, you know, on Main Street. And not today. Kids don't want that stuff. Oh, no. And God forbid if you got them. I can remember we'd have the play phones. Remember how you had a play phone? It was plastic play phone, and you dial a number. Maybe you folks would put a battery underneath it and it would make a ring on it or something. Not nowadays. You're going to have your cell phone. You know, and all that, you get all these games. I watch around town or up at the schools, and every kid, as soon as they're out, has their phone.
Yep, has their phone out.
Checking for messages, checking for games or something. And I notice there's a big group of kids down by the library on Green Street every day. They're older teens at least, and they've got all their phones. No, I don't know what they're doing, but I don't know, but I know when you say sponsors, but when you take kids, are you required, now you have to have your gifts in by a certain date, right? December?
Yeah, all of our sponsors have to shop and have the gifts down to Stickney Drive, 11 Stickney Drive, which is down by the bus station. By December 4th. That's our deadline.
Wow.
We need to, after December 4th, we make sure that all the gifts are gotten for the kids. And if there's any kids left over, we have to make sure that we have enough time to shop for them and make sure that they have gifts too. And make sure that every family bags and stuff are all in the right spots to go to the different areas, because I mean, we're not just for here in the central area of Concord. We go all the way up to Colebrook and all the way down to Seabrook, so it's not just here in Concord that we have kids that are sent to us here in Concord. So we have different areas in our workshop that we have, and it's all sectioned off by different areas. And on the 13th of December, the National Guard will come and with their big trucks, and they will each truck is assigned an area. One will go to Laconia, one will go to the southern part of New Hampshire, one will go to the northern part, and they'll pick up and they'll drop off the gifts to the different DO areas that we have, and then it's the DO's responsibility to get the presents to the families that they have assigned, to us. They have the papers that they sent to us, and the paper goes with the present, so they know which kid gets which present, and which family it goes to.
So they can't wrap. The person doing this can't wrap them.
Well, there are certain DOs that like them to be wrapped, and then there are certain ones that don't. You would have to check your sponsor form, and on the top of the sponsor form if it says do not wrap, that means the DOs do not want you to wrap the presents. Some DOs don't care, and you're more than welcome to wrap. If it's a sponsor that doesn't want you to wrap, and you're not a good wrapper and you don't want to wrap, you can just put them in the bag, bring them down to Stickney. If you're in our area and you want to just bring them into Stickney, we have volunteers and they'll wrap for you. We have a whole bunch of wrapping paper and stuff that was donated to us, and we'll just we'll wrap the presents for you, and we'll stick them back in the bag and put them in the designated area. Do
you worry, and I know this is a terrible thing to say, but who knows, everybody knows I'm outspoken, but do you ever worry that maybe when they say they don't want them wrapped, that the people themselves would take these gifts back to get the money or something, or maybe keep that for themselves or something? I mean... Well,
supposedly the DOs say they don't want them wrapped because they want to make sure that they're age appropriate for the child that they're going to.
Yeah.
But you never know. I mean, it's a possibility, but we hope not.
I know. It's an awful fear that you go out and shop and buy these things, and then you wonder, there are some people that unfortunately... And who's to say they'll tell the kid, well, Santa didn't come this year, he forgot you. Or he must have bypassed us. You don't know what to think. And of course, nowadays, it's not like it was when we were kids. Nowadays, they make such a big thing that that Santa is, all his helpers or whatever, but, it's not like it was when we were kids. I mean, boy, Christmas Eve came. We hung our stockings up and left those notes and a lunch for him, and we really knew that Santa was coming. And next morning, we would be so surprised to find our stockings full, or nearly full, And nowadays, they just make out like... Well, it's almost like, they can't wait to tell the kids or whatever the truth or something, or there's other older kids that are out there saying that stuff. And that really bugs me. That really bothers me.
They can't wait to spoil it for another child.
I know, it's true. And that's why I started the teenage program that Santa remembers teenagers for Christmas, and that's why I give you gift cards to pass out for your teenagers. I think last year I know our donations were down, but think we try to give you at least $500 worth of gift cards.
Well, thank you.
And then I also work with Friends of Forgotten Children, and I give them gift cards. Because the teenagers, they'll say, people will say, oh, they don't care about Christmas. They do too.
They do.
By gosh, I always was looking forward to my gift. I know as I got
still
older.
am looking forward to my gift.
I am too. I can't. Oh, Christmas Eve is still very special to me.
That's right.
Boy,
it's more, even though it's, as you get older, it's more about family and getting together with your family and loved ones. But you still like a little to know that you're special and that it's,
Yeah, that's right.
That you're thought of over the holiday season.
Yeah, and I remember I worked at Pittsfield Police Department for 10 years, from 92 to 2001, and, that's a town that has a lot of misfortune families there. And, I remember talking to a couple teenagers one day. They were in the station. I said, "What do you want for Christmas this year?" "Oh, we don't believe in we don't do Christmas, but that's just for little kids." I said, "You don't get nothing for Christmas?" No, our parents, it's just for little kids." That's a shame. And that's what gave me the idea a few years ago when I was appointed the community service director for the state range here in New Hampshire. And I got thinking, I said, I want to do a program. So I wrote up all the things, and I contacted different radio stations and stuff. We launched it July 1st, this Santa Remembers Teens, and we really, they really latched on. And we figured teenagers love gift cards. They love to go shopping.
Yeah.
Whether it's at, I can think of some of the stores.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Route 21.
Best Buy,
Route 21, Target, yeah.
Target, yeah, Walmart, and even those that like to go to Pizza Hut for a Papagino's for a pizza or something, And we got back some real nice remarks that you folks had gotten or whatever, that the parents or the kids, the teens were really, that they could go and shop themselves, and hey, what the heck, a $25 gift card or whatever gets you at least a CD or something, or a DVD, I don't know, but
nice pair of pants, maybe.
Yeah, if they really want to be good, go get a pair of pants or a shirt or something, But at least it gives them something to go and buy for.
Yep, and they can choose it themselves.
Yep, exactly.
I think it means more to a child if they can go and pick out their own stuff, and means more to them, I think, rather than just getting a gift.
But to think that a kid don't care because he's too old for Christmas. To me, nobody's too old for Christmas. We remember our senior citizens. Why shouldn't we be remembering our teenagers? And they wonder why in this world today that there's so much problems. Maybe if we took a look around and thought of the teens a little bit and remembered that, hey, you were a teenager once, and you'd like a gift. I can remember when I was at home, we'd put the gift in the tree on Christmas Eve, and I'd always look to see where mine was or whatever, and it was a big thing, and but so what are some of the hot items? I don't know. I know the girls, some of the little girls, of course, love dolls. I don't know what the hot dolls are this year. I haven't heard that too much.
I haven't really looked over many of the case sheets this year, but I know some of the younger ones, they're still looking at the Paw Patrol. And
yes, that's
Paw Patrol is really big among the young little boys.
Yeah.
A lot of the like preteens are looking at like craft items. They those little kits that you can get at Walmart. They're like $10, and they come with like You can make like bracelets, and they come with some of them come with like paintings, and you can make like maybe a birdhouse or paint by colors or something like that. Those little arts and craft kits are nice. The kids like those. I noticed a lot of the kids ask for arts and craft things, so. So maybe that's going to be big this year. A lot of things that they can do maybe with their parents or maybe with a younger brother or sister that they could do together.
There was a big thing for a while there about adults painting. Painting, and had coloring books where you could paint. The adults would be painting.
They're
not crayons,
the adult
but they
painting,
colored pencils or whatever they were there. And my sister-in-law was, she really got into that. My wife wasn't too crazy about it, but because I went out and bought her all this stuff, and but I just trying to think of something new. I mean, the days of buying a board game are kind of gone by with. I mean, for kids to sit and play Monopoly, or Easy Money, or Password, or some of those things, it's like. Card games still kind of big. They look like a deck of cards. Texas. Ian, you're a big boy. What's that game? Texas.
Poker.
Huh?
Texas Hold'em.
Yeah, I guess that's it. I guess.
The poker game.
Yes.
Yeah, Texas Hold'em. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big thing, and then of course you got like he's playing with his phone or a CD player or a DVD or something like that. But that's expensive to get into that stuff.
Yep.
But and you always try to have the best Christmas. But my folks always did too. Clothes. We always used to get a nice. Always could get new clothes, a new pair of boots. We might get ski. Well, I never skied, but there were some skis or a sled. You might get ice skates.
Yeah, sleds are a big thing too. I know last year when I shopped for a couple of kids, I think I bought at least 10 or 11 sleds.
Wow.
Yeah, for kids. Yep.
Bicycles, of course, somewhat they've come out with again, the old-fashioned ones. But I mean, you really it doesn't. And $25 doesn't go very far, or even $50.
No.
Right.
Well, we have a minimum of $70 per child.
Okay.
And we would like the sponsor to at least spend that much money, and they can go above if they'd like. I mean, it's up to them, but we want them to at least spend $70. They can go on the SEIU 1984 website to the Operation Santa page and get sponsor forms.
Okay.
Or they can call down to Stickney. The volunteers will start going down there October 1st. October 1st, we're only down there part-time from probably around 9 to 12. From just through the month of October. And November, it will start getting really busy.
Yeah.
That's when the presents will start coming in from sponsors. Things will be stopped. Presents will start coming in from sponsors, and they'll start putting the present, either wrapping the presents and putting them where they're supposed to go for pickup, and making sure that they're with the right family, and making sure that the present is appropriate and whatnot. You can call down to Stickney. The number down there is 271-6530.
271-6530.
Yep. And you can call down there, and you can get a sponsor form through them. Once you fill out the sponsor form, you can fax it back to Stickney, and their fax number is 271-6525. Or you can mail it back to SEIU 1984 office at 207 North Main Street here in Concord. They'll also take your sponsor forms and they'll get it down to Stickney for you so that the girls can get you out a family. And please, if you want any special request, please get them in early, because the earlier you get them in, the easier it is to fill your special request. And as you probably know, the younger ones go first.
Oh, yeah.
The babies and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want a baby, or or 2 or 3 year old, and you're really firm on that, get your sponsor sheet in early, because those go fast.
Yep.
And then the teenagers and the older kids are what's left.
Yeah,
so
that's the thing.
I know they're harder to shop for. Most of the time they just want, as you say, gift cards. And then, usually there's like down at the bottom, there's like a little wish.
Yeah.
A little wish section of different things that you can get them with the other, usually the gift card we say, like $50, and then get them like a little something else, because we say that you should get them at least 2 gifts.
Yeah.
So we put the gift card like in a little bag so that they can have one gift, and then maybe get them a pair of pants or something else so that they have 2 gifts underneath the tree.
Yeah.
So. I know they're hard to shop for, but they also need to, like you said, have
That's
presents
right.
too.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, they're the ones that get picked last. We hate to see it, but it's true. And
well, it's funny because over here at the church, they'll be putting out, I think, around, I don't think it's the third weekend of the weekend I do the parade. I think it's around the second weekend of November they put the star program out there. They list all the stars of the kids. I don't know where they get them from, but anyway. And that's when we'll start looking at them. And I go after a teenage boy or something. Well, the wife will, the younger ones, they say, hey, I want the older one, I want an older one. They're all. That's what we do, but.
Yeah, and we're also looking for donations for kids if you don't feel that you have time to go out and shop. We also looking for donations. If you want to send a donation of a check in, you can send it also to the SEA office at 207 North Main.
Sure.
Also, we have a raffle that's going on right now. We're raffling off a 50-inch TV with a thing that you can put it up on the wall.
Wow.
If you want to get tickets for that, you can go on the Union website, and there's 6 for $5 or 1 for $1.
Good.
Yep.
Well, our time has run out, but I'm really happy, Becky, that you came on and got this officially started for the holiday season. And anytime, if you feel like things are kind of dragging, give me a call and we'll get you back on here again and get them moving. And look forward to getting the holiday season off to a roaring start. So.
Okay. Yep. Sounds great.
Well,
thanks for having us on and having us talk a little bit about Operation Santa. It's always
I know myself.
Always a pleasure to come in and talk with you.
I know, boy, me. I love Christmas, and I know that's it. So, with that in mind, thank you to Ian Marx, my director, and we've been talking to Becky Baker about the Operation Santa Claus. So, it's time to start thinking. So please get to it and let's help them out. Buy an extra gift there. I'm Dick Patten, your host, and we'll see you soon on Around Town.